Hello there, welcome back. We're here for Minecraft Dinosaurs, specifically the showcase video, aka the world download video, episode 250. The great part about this is, even if I've done my maths wrong, I can stick this episode in wherever, like, as long as it's episode 250, and then just move everything else around it. You might just see progress that's not been made yet, or whatever. Or I might have something else to record, so you might not see that tiny bit of progress I make. I've not really made much progress when it came to industrialization on camera, as I did off camera, but here we are. Let's start off with the house. Not much has changed since the last episode, apart from the fact we have now got rid of the aquarium. By the last episode, I mean the last world download. The downstairs still needs a lot of work done. It's going to be stripped and reworked, as the upstairs is going to get a bit of work too. But that will be done during our next industrialization. And as we can see here, the beginning, there is now a way up and down through this section, so you can come across both sections as well as all the way up and come down. We have, of course, connected the railway with all of the quartz all the way across. I'm not looking forward to going back to Nether again, but it's going to happen. We have some bridges, 1 and 2, that connect the different sections of our topography. I also just realised I probably peaked with the old plosive there. My bad. But as it goes, this is definitely coming along. It needs a lot more work, but it's definitely coming along in terms of just feeling a bit more fleshed out. We have finally finished the house. It's still a piece of crap. But it's finished, and I'm not touching it anymore. It's done. It's done. I don't care. We've reworked this, so it's no longer an old enclosure, but it's an actual stable for our horses and any other mounts we do come across. We have furthered this along, so it's a bit more segmented. It feels like it's a bit more of just forced on the topography, which is quite nice in my opinion. And we've introduced some acacia trees, which is really quite nice with the shaders, I must admit. As for, of course, I believe this was done for episode 200, our great big build, so not much has changed on that regard. We have still got the port that needs to happen, but I'm wanting to get more stuff built on this section before we start building a port. So it's been pushed back a bit, but it will happen eventually, I do promise. As for the rest of this, there's not really been much effort since. We have got a Carnotaurus build without any Carnotauruses, although I think I did reintroduce them and turn it on peaceful. I'm pretty sure we still have 2 Carnotauruses in here, right? Wrong. They're somewhere. Who knows? I'll put them back in. Don't panic. The railway is as it was, except for, of course, a few more arches. And, of course, that needs reworking over there. That will be done in the next part of the industrialization. I know it won't. It'll be done in the next part of a train work. We are going to rework this section because it's a bit messy when you get inside. Like this part, love it. Wow, looks great. That part, not so much. So that needs some work. Oh, you're alive. The Edaphosaurus is alive. The Diplodocus is alive. Is it just the Arthropleura that's dead? No, it's a lot. They're all alive. I couldn't find them before. They are masters of camouflage. Of course, we do have the dodos as well, which is pretty great. I do love our dodos. What are you doing at? God, I hate mobs in 1.12.2. We have our 2 Megalanias in there. A mammoth, a quagga, they're all the same. Everything's all the same. The farms come along nicely. Of course, got this nice and filled through. But I guess the big thing of the world download since is that we've finished a few things. So we did this over here, which is a lovely tomb area, but also hosts some smocks, which is very, very nice. We've also, of course, done the map room, which is quite unique in its appearance so far. So I do want to... I know we've got a bit more red sandstone going there, and something over here would be nice to just have some more red sandstone. And we are slowly but surely getting towards that prairie, which I think is acacia over there. So I don't need to farm acacia. I can just go over there. Or savanna, I suppose. And we've got some room over here that's going to have loads of stuff. And we'll slowly but surely start to encroach on this village's territory. Oh, your house prices are about to drop in value because I'm building near them. We're going to have the reptile house around here, I believe we said previously, which can be quite nice. But I think the biggest thing that we have got since is that we have finished and shown off, for that matter, what the real attraction... Because I must stress, this wizard tower was built after the fact. Or I wouldn't say after the fact, it was a secondary thought to the true build, which was the crypt. I've yet to use the crypt. I'm planning to soon. Obviously, we need to make Caffeine's grave, so we're going to need to make Caffeine's tomb, I suppose. But as you can see, this build is just, quite frankly, leagues above everything else I've built. With shaders on, it is spectacularly spooky. And you can come in here and you have got just an insane view of a tomb with a portal to the other side. Not the good other side either. With these bending in the ink machine eyes looking skeletons and just two different towers, both of which take you to the various levels that you have in here, as well as a massive drop into the abyss. With this shader pack, unfortunately, the abyss is coloured like the sky, which isn't quite as terrifying as you'd want it to be. But there is a little Easter egg in here. There is a treasure chest that I've already shown on the camera briefly. But also, if you go to the very end of this bridge, you will find the skull of Beaver. That is Beaver's player model's skull, just to commemorate the time that we had with him. Though brief, he is always here. He's always watching, which is terrifying, and I'm sure he'll be happy to be memorialized as an urban legend. Why not? Beaver's not real. He's a figment of the collective imagination. Oh, he gets to be his own backroom villain now. How great is that? But overall, I'm super chuffed with what we've done in the last 50 episodes. It doesn't seem like a lot in terms of like making more and expanding out like we have in previous 50 episode gaps. However, it is... Look, it's not been as much, but it has brought more things together in terms of just making it feel a bit more uniform, and I like that. And once we've fully fleshed out the uniformity, I'm going to be more comfortable just throwing more things out in the distance and then bringing it all together again. I'd like to, next time, before bringing it all together, well, if I build something outwards, maybe throw the uniformity in there at the just start, or loop it in quite close so it's not too much effort. But we'll see about that. I've got to say, I really do adore playing with shaders. So bearing in mind, I'm playing at a reasonable render distance, forcing it down to about 80 frames at 1440p. And shaders, it's just magical. I would love to have done this with 4K, but Amazon screwed the pooch there by breaking the monitor before it even arrived. Yay. It's so annoying. I tried all the fixes I could think of, but then I just came to the conclusion, why am I doing this? If the panel itself, which it was, is dead, there's no recovery without like taking it apart, in which case they'll be like, well, you took it apart, no refund for you. So I was like, nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't trust my ability that much. But there we are. And of course, we've got this little bit over here where we've just sort of started the path, which will of course connect it over here. I don't think we'll have a path that goes all the way over there, although if we get to this point, then we may as well. But I feel like a path from the railway isn't the worst thing in the world. That would be quite nice. And then you have like two different paths that you can walk between. But we'll see. We will see. I really want to do something with this, because I feel like there should be something under or above it. It'd just be quite fun. Maybe having a little station up here would be wild. But I don't know. I'll leave that for now. I've also come to the conclusion that this looks dodgy as hell if you fly above from it. Just look, right? I didn't realise this before, okay? And in my defence, I don't really use creative. You know, when I'm taking a thumbnail, I'm not usually going, oh, look at that phallic object. Apart from that. But we saved this massively with the banding. Because trust me, it looked incredibly phallic. The banding, however, really helped flesh it out. And I'm really, really chuffed with how it turned out, to be quite frank. I really do like the coloured glass, because it's just giving this almost sort of blurred effect, almost like a glazed window, which is kind of nice. I do love flying above in shaders, above the aquatic stuff, because if you get a glimpse of something, it will surely disappear into the depths if you go, if it swims too deep, which is really, really cool. For example, if you look for the Basilosaurus, which I last saw over here somewhere. Is that it? No. So it was over here somewhere, right? And now it could have swam into the depths. Hell, it could have died. But if it makes a slight breach, you will see it, and then you'll see it disappear. Like you're seeing with some of these sharks, they'll come up and they'll go down. And because I'm on peaceful now, there shouldn't be so much violence between the creatures. Also, this is still terrifying to be in, especially towards night time. Gotta say. Absolutely haunting. Episode 300 build probably won't even be finished by episode 300. I will have to do a lot of off-camera work as well as stream work towards it, because we've only got 50 episodes. And bearing in mind I'll be encroaching into that as of the next episode, of which I will be going to get sandstone, I need to start thinking about streaming it soon. Although I've got like 3 or 4 weeks worth of this content now, so I probably won't need till about August or September, which is nice because that's when I kind of wanted to start doing it again. Also, let's have a look at this. We've done a whole showcase from sunrise. Now let's watch it as sunset. I think it is quite beautiful. That needs to be fixed still. Oops, missed that in this modernization, or urbanization, I should say. I really do like the slight illumination of having the torches down there, because if you don't zoom in, you can't really pick out that it's torches. It's like a diffused light, and I really like it. But as you can see, I have gone crazy with torches, and the reason I went crazy with torches before, although we might now start to replace them with lamps, is because I didn't want things to spawn, but we're on peaceful now, so I don't really got much to worry about. And well, I think this is a great place to wrap it up. A really, really short video, but they usually are for our showcases. Don't want to bulk it out too much. The world download is in the description. That makes it, I think, the 5th world download, which is kind of crazy. It might be the 4th. I can't remember if I did one for 50, but yeah. Can't wait to see what you guys can do with it. You can post it on the Discord, tweet it to me, either or. Absolutely great to see. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for sticking around for 250 episodes. It has been one hell of a journey so far. Here's to many more. I'd like to get to episode 500 one day. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a nice day, and ta-ra.